It is Monday morning again. Fancy that, it being Monday again. Just on the way, he's dropped some documents off, and Ben's giving me a crap. Maybe Ben's got 2 kids and he feels like that's enough. So he's given us his pram, his travel pram that I'm going to give to my mum. And just trying to think what we need to do today. Is this bus going to let me in? Yeah. So on obviously the rip out job's technically finished now, so it won't be called that anymore. It'll be called, what's the next stage? The extension job. So they're going to start doing that. However, it is 7:45 now, and the weather has massively turned, doesn't it? I feel like that's been the worst summer I think we've ever had. I can't remember wearing shorts, and now we've got to be a bit more tactical about the jobs, because if we're on, say, the student job now and it's absolutely lashes down, like, are we going to be able to work? Do we have to have another job, preferably an indoor job that I can send the lads to, or the lads are all going to have to buy waterproof? So maybe I have to tell them that now, so that if it does lash it down, we're not getting lads going, oh, what are we doing here? You know, it's raining, we can't do that. But yeah, hopefully we've got enough on the inside in terms of joists and stuff. So main thing this morning is getting those measurements for the easy joists, because otherwise that will slow us down and make us less likely to do that in the future, if it means that we have to do that and wait 5 days. I mean, even saying that now sounds mad to me, because 5 days on these jobs is, you know, not, I'd say this job should take about 12 weeks, and we've lost a week waiting for the first joist. So it does sound a bit, I don't know whether it's going to be doable, because at the moment I could just ring Chestnut and have joists dropped off today. I can ring Alexander Steel and get a steel dropped off today. So yeah, maybe that's one thing the company needs to speed up if they're looking to grow a bit more. But then again, that's probably normal in this industry. I mean, we are only doing a terrace house, so it does move quite quick. Most other job sites don't, you know, have that quick of a turnaround. Ben's going to go on to the spraying job now, the plastering one we done. So I sprayed as much as I could, however, I ran out of time, and it's just the hallway on the ground floor that needs doing now. And then he can go over and see if there's anywhere that needs a second coat. That room that was peeling off, they want that skin now. Well, clearly, because anyone walking in the hallway would see all this nice new painted plaster, and then walk into the bedroom and be like, whoa, what the hell's going on here? Right, oh, and just to update you on the rip out. So I started looking at all the costs, and obviously last week we sort of finished the rip out and started work on the extensions. So the cut-off point, so the lads were at just over £6,000, and I'd said to them 5.5 for the rip out. So I said 5, and then there's a bonus of 5.5. However, I think I was probably a bit harsh on them, because the last job we did was 4.3 by 7 point something, so this one is actually 20% bigger. So if I do 5.5 times 20%, that's 6.6. So there probably is about £500 in the kitty towards the end of the job. So I'll let the lads know on that, and yeah, obviously I'll give them a milestone for the next one, which would probably be digging the footings, pouring the concrete, don't know. Maybe we can do pouring the footings and the slab. No, because I prefer doing the slab in one go. I don't know. I'll have a look at it now when we get there. So, it's so dark in here. The lights just come on this. So we've got to get rid of this bit. The fellas have been in. This one's ready to paint. So there's this one, and then I got up to this bit. So, hey, that's always the way, innit? Big scuffs already. So he painted this Friday, and it's got scuffs and marks on it already. But you can see, hopefully in here, I don't know what's happening with this. And he was just asking me, he was like, oh, can you paint this? Can you paint that? And I was like, I could, but this one just needs another coat, doesn't it? See where I've missed little bits. I tried to get it all in, just those little patchy bits there. And then he wants these walls doing white as well, but I don't know what he wants to do, because like, well, there's no point painting this white when there's a hole there. So I don't know, maybe just look at that. What causes that? I've never seen that before. He was asking me all this stuff, and I was like, to be honest, we don't really do work on old houses, so a lot of this stuff that I don't really know. So like up here, yeah, literally knocked every wall. Up here, there's like bits of brown now.
Oh yeah, did I say that to you?
Yeah, I don't know what. I'm sure it's like nicotine stuff or like, I don't know, but you'll have to get some stain block or something for it, or I don't know if you want to.
Just some of that in your bed?
No. And then let's see how this room's getting on. Just smells funky in here, doesn't it?
It smells wet.
Yeah. But as I was spraying it, look at those bits here. I was spraying and I could just see it flapping. Like here, look. As I was spraying it, it was literally going like, I don't know what he wants to do in here. He might turn around and say, oh, you know what I mean, it'll do, and he'll glue bits up or whatever. Did you glue anything in here? Yeah, it should come off again.
It's probably the issue because it's been painted, the paint is rigid. So
I'll look at these two. And this one's okay, I suppose, isn't it? And then this room, I was maybe a bit concerned about, but yeah, do you know what? It looks better, like it looks better white than. Sam, do you want to spray that other bit now? Try and get a coat on before all these people start coming. And then you can do anywhere that needs a second coat. Do you think anywhere? Oh, that one we're not doing. I went to do it. I just sprayed that coloured wall there. But someone's had blue tack. So I know landlords that, I mean, it took me ages to try to pick this off. And I just give up. I don't know what the hell they've had on this wall, but there's literally like, that's one of those jobs that someone just says, oh yeah, just pick that blue tack off. And like, that could take you like, so I just said, I don't really want to spray over this, because then it just looks like,
can't quite see it, pick it off.
No, it looks like I've just come in and gone, oh, not my job. Do you know what I mean? The stuff that we moan about. I don't know what they've had up. They must have had loads of posters. Because there's like Bits there, and there. He must have spent a lot on blue tack. Alright. So I don't know, he'll just get his painters to do this one. I hate fire doors. Sounds, if you can do that then, let's have a look. What we're doing is, we're still waiting for the position from the drawings guy about where the stairs are going to go on this one. But we need to order these easy joists because they take 5 days or so to get ready. So I'm thinking like this could be a 12-week job and we're going to lose 5 days waiting for these joists. And it's like, yeah, hopefully it ties in, but then if it starts lashing down, it's like everyone comes in here and it's like, what do you want to do in here? Yeah. So, while we're waiting for that, I've got a rough idea of where they're going to be, but what we're going to do is we're just going to mark out, so Mick's on that side, I'm on this side, and what we're going to do is just measure out, so with these easy joists, they go at 600 centimeters, so we go 600, and then you'll mark to the right, and then 1.2, put an X to the right, and then we'll be able to reach 1.8. That's right. You do the same, so every 600, and then what I'm going to do is...
Am I going on my left with the X?
Yeah, you'll be on the left with your X. And then I'm going to get me X12. And then I'll get it on mine now, and then where Mick's part is. Yeah, you're not getting this one through. So, I'm on my X, and then where Mick's on his, look. So that is 5.595, so 5.595 metres. So I'm going to mark these out and measure them, and then this is what I'm going to send to the company, and they're going to send us a joist at 5.95 metres. That comes in, sits on top of this, and we just nail it in, done. So hopefully this way will be
a lot quicker,
yeah. And then the joists are, yeah. And then the joists are all better as well. No, Mick, you can't do it that way. You've got to hook on the ends and do it in one go, because if you're a mill out on every one, by the time you get to the end, you'll be 20 mil out. We used to do that, and then we've done it once, and it was out, and it was because we were trying to measure it like that. So if one of you can hold the tape on the corner for them, same with me. So at the minute we've got this tipper is just mixed waste, and this one is, oh, it's got part of a pallet on. So we've got, let's go and see if we've got more bricks to go. There's some in the front garden there. Yeah, let's get them on. So let's get another pallet on. The wrapping that is that in here, in the van, yeah. Let's get another pallet done of full bricks then. Oh yeah, we've got loads, haven't we? So let's get all these bricks out onto the tipper, and then we can carry on clearing this, can't we? Is it worth me getting the digger now then? Start ripping all this out. So if we get the shifters set up so that it just goes straight onto one of the tippers. So they're the bricks that we're keeping for the extension. Everything else now, all these bricks, all these can go the yard. And then I'll go and pick up the concrete breaker, because this is still concrete, isn't it? So we're going to have to break all this out, clear it. We'll have to take that fridge as well. Yeah, so it's worth getting the digger with the ripper, isn't it? So if we get the breaker and the digger with the ripper, and then what are we doing with these halves? Are we just going to lash them? This doesn't need to come up much, does it? It's just where we put it whilst we do that. Do you know what I mean? We haven't got anywhere. So one thing I was thinking of is if we get these footings dug, we can pour this and maybe that slab together. The soil pipe's already in, yeah. Only thing is that will be getting changed, so we'll have to expose this now. And yeah. Okay.
That's going to be on the back of the...
Oh, a bit annoying, isn't it? We always seem to start these jobs and then be chasing... Hold on, don't do that. Why are you doing that?
I said bring something around, so we've got to clear it all now.
We've got to clear all this.
Yeah.
You're probably best just putting it on the tipper, do you reckon? We'll just have to do a few runs of... Yeah.
I was just thinking if we could... We know where the soil pipes go and could run them in.
I haven't had any plans yet of where the soil pipe's going or where the stairs are. So really, we need to be... And he said he's going to send me them within an hour, so hopefully...
2 downstairs bathrooms would be handy though. Just only got to go to there, that's it.
Yeah.
So I have to go through ceilings and stuff.
Alright. Well, hopefully we'll get that within an hour, but by then, hopefully we'll get all these bricks on, and then we can start taking all this stuff off, can't we? Because this is actually going to come down, isn't it? Is it worth getting the steels in whilst we've got this concrete, or should we just start digging the footings and get the footings in, but then we'll have that wall to do, won't we? Because obviously that wall's coming down, isn't it? We want a concrete right over that.
The steel across all that. The steel's ordered or?
No, not yet. I mean, I can do them now and order them, but I just didn't want to have them here in the way, and then if we wanted the concrete, it's like, oh.
While ripping out those, wouldn't it be handy getting where's the steel going to sit on this, is it?
So there's an extension here, look.
It comes to there.
Oh yeah.
Mark, so that's going to be there.
Yeah.
And then that's going to go right to the back.
And then this will go right to the back, yeah.
The back door being on this or on here. Back door going to be here, is it?
Yeah.
To the gate.
Maybe somewhere. I haven't got that yet.
Register.
The plans. I'm just wondering, is it worth dropping this back? You put the steel in there, you're literally propping that little triangle on that roof. That's what I mean. It's not.
It's going to be having a new roof on, isn't it? So
it's going to have a new roof, yeah. Is it worth dropping that, or is it more work?
Well, that roof's coming off anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that back wall's coming off, so basically you put a steel in there and then you're saving that little triangle.
Yeah. So I can just get rid of it then, and we can do that in block and brick on the outside.
Once that's there, you put the steel right across onto that.
Yeah. It might be worth just taking that down then. And we'll just redo it all, cavity.
It's going to have a new roof here and new roof there, so it's probably maybe better to do it like a plastic roof.
It does, these jobs are very much like, yeah, there's the rough plans, you just crack on.
Well, the extensions here, you're going to have the roof, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you're going to have that roof, so that there, you're making putting like a plastic 3-point hollow in. There's one roof's going to be like that, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah,
I think this is a flat roof. I don't know.
Say the steel there as well.
All right, let's have a look at it. Right, so plan now is to get this rear steel in. So what we've worked out is the message the company last week, and they said that this span is 5.5 meters, and he said if you have an 8x2, what'll happen is you'll have hold on. How will that work? Yes, it would be bigger than that, won't it? Be 12-inch. He was saying a 10-inch joist to me, so he said it'd be 10-inch joists. So maybe he's got a 1, yeah. So the joists will be 10 inches, and what happens is the 4x2 will sit on the top there and nail into this. So that'll be our 10-inch, so we'll have a gap at the top to run cables and pipes through under the floor, and they should then still be 50 mil below for regs, and it's just soil pipes. So Mick was saying that when the guy was coming around to measure the Gary was doing the drawings, he said there's 2 shower rooms on the ground floor, so I think we won't have the problem with soil pipes above now on this one, so that will work. We can have the steel in flush. So originally I was going to sit the steel underneath this 8x2, So it was going to be what, 203 by 203 normally column. So it would have come to about there, 2 bricks. And that would have been obviously a bulkhead under the ceiling, so you'd come down. But I love trying to get the ceiling so it flies through in one level. Although we have got that ceiling level, haven't we? We're going to have to swap that. I mean, technically we don't, but I think technically we do. So technically, if you expose something that's original, you don't have to touch it. But if it's original and not okay, I think we're going to have to swap that for the steel. Yeah. So we'll swap that for before. I can't believe someone's done that, to be honest. But yeah, we'll swap that. Right, so I'm going to get the calcs now for this steel, and I'll order this big steel that's going across the back. And what we want to do is we're now going to dig the footings in the back, pour the concrete, brick that up to damp proof, and then we'll concrete there and here in one go. That's the way I like doing things, work from the bottom up and then from the top down. We're going to go and get 2 more shifters, so we'll have all the shifters here, so we've got enough to get into the van straight from the back garden. Bring the digger, the concrete breaker, and what else was that here? That goes to the other lock-up though, doesn't it? Yeah, you might as well get rid of it now, mightn't we? Go and throw that on. And we've got another pallet of bricks. Although I think the strapper's on the yard, so we'll take that now. Right, you ready? And we're going to go to the yard and lift the gates in so that Ronnie can finish the gates off. Do you think that's funny? Just get in the van. And then he swaps the gangster rap. Actually, this will probably void the YouTube copyright. Right, so we're just heading the yard to lift. I forgot Ronnie was in today. But we're just going to go and lift the... Oh, do we push that wing mirror in? So that. So we're going to go and lift the other gate in, and then Ronnie can get the 2 gates on, and then he can hopefully finish the gates today on the yard.
Well, that bracket on that keeps it on the top, yeah.
Yeah, he's done that one, the other one. But we need to lift this one in, and then he can weld.
What's it like that on the other side? Push and shut it?
Yeah, it's hard. I just need to put handles on it and a locking mechanism on it. Because that's what... Well, I've bought him some 50 by 50 bar, and he's got some flat plate there, so hopefully he can today get this other one on, and then he can weld some sort of locks on it for us.
But I think you only find one of them big ones with the key code on it.
Well, I need one that someone can't tamper with. You know what I mean? So like one that like the lock slides up and use the key from underneath.
There if you want it.
Yeah, something like that.
Container. Slide it up, putting on the key holes like sits in like a big box.
That's it, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. But it's just how to get that. Obviously, with there being a sliding gate, not a swinging gate. So Ronnie reckons he can do it. Like,
so it goes like that.
Yeah.
On the bottom, should work.
But yeah, it just needs to be so that no one can like angle grind it off. Well, someone can always get in, can't they? It's just making it as difficult for them.
If they rock up the plasma cutter on out of that spot, cut it off.
I've got a plasma cutter, haven't I?
Seen them?
Yeah.
No,
I haven't got a gas one though, it's a gasless plasma cutter. So I haven't used it yet. Maybe you can use it. Oh, I say this every time in the video. When you're on Smithtown Road and you pick a lane, and then you get into one and someone just turns, like puts the indicator on.
Is it the small box that one before Woodcroft calls?
Oh,
just about to call Woodcroft, this girl just went right across as if there was no fucking T-junction there. I must have been about 2 cars length away, and I was seeing just go like that, boom, and I was like, whoa.
I find it amazing, this thingy, by the way. I find it amazing that 4 people have walked into my van. You know, when I turn a corner and they're just on the phone, they just go head first and I just hear boosh. and then I just see someone going,
I've seen it, that's why all buses now with yellow mirrors, I've seen on a bus where they've stand right at the edge of the curb, and the mirror sticks out like that, and arm and
whack
just
them
bang around the head.
But when I done
That's why the back of the mirrors are yellow now on like big vans.
when I done my HCV, there's a video they show you of it's not what's it called, oversized, where you can get like obviously you can get 20-foot containers, 40-foot, and they do a 45-foot where they literally weld another 5 foot onto it. However, they stick out the back of the truck, and there's a video of like this road now, like turning right, look, and there's a jogger, like pretty much like in there, there's a path there, mate. And as he turns right like this, the 5 foot of the container swings out and clotheslines the jogger. And someone's got it on dash cam. But like, imagine getting hit by a container.
Yeah. The rates that used to be on like the wagons, you know, where it's all chained down like big machinery. And those who got them and done them, it was £600 fine for the chain being 5 mil too long. That's just ruthless.
5 mil too long?
They measure the chain, has to be a certain length when you're strapping it down, because he hadn't clicked it, put more clicks. When he took it off and measured the chain, it was 5 mil too long. Done it before, he was trying to get on it, he said. He contested it to go to court.
You get it, don't you? There's like, it's there for a reason, isn't it? But then
like, it's a bit extreme in a 5 mil. They have like on them tapes where it's on like a setting out the house on a big roll, and he's thrown it over, those mates who older on that side pulled it over and measured it, and you know, that's 5 mil, it's 5 mil too long, I'm like, to £600 fine.
wow.
But he said like, when you stop it, you've sort of got to get your own, someone's got to like, the money they're
They've got to pay for themselves.
Yeah, basically, if you stop someone,
That's like HSE.
He doesn't just stop you, it's there, you have to pull them over, you have them there for 2 hours checking everything, going through the whole wagon.
So HSE are the same as that, where if let's just say a neighbour rings, so I had it on my house, a neighbour rang, didn't like the extensions we were doing on my house, come round, was kicking off, and
the one on the left or the right?
behind.
Behind.
Yeah. And he come round kicking off. And he was so rude about both. Well, we hadn't fully built the extension yet, so it was the dormer that he was kicking off about. So he'd been on holiday for 2 weeks, and he went on holiday the day we got the keys. So I was sat on the driveway with the digger, and I got the call off the solicitor saying, right, it's gone through, you own it. And it was like, right, everyone just went 10 of us, bang, like ripped it to pieces, took the roof off, built the dormer frame, and he come back off holiday as the dormer frame was built, and just opened his back doors and was like, what the hell is that? But he come round, I remember Lloydie shouting me going, Andy, there's some moody ass fella at the door for you. And I was thinking, what? Like, what a random thing to shout. So I come down, and this fella I've never seen before, and I was like, hi mate, and he was like, have you got the owner's details right now? And I was like, yeah, like, how can I help you? And he was like, no, I want like the owner of the house. Like, are you the owner of the building company? And I was like, yeah, I'm the owner of the building company. And he was like, I need the owner of the house's details. And I was like, yeah, that's me. And he went, no, the house, like, who owns the house? And I went, yeah, I own the house. And he went, and like looked me up and down as if to say, like, you own this house. And then he was just like, well, I've had no notification about this at all. And I was like, well, he said, I've been on holiday for 2 weeks, just come back, and I've come straight over because I've seen this abomination, he called it. And I was like, well, if you go back and you go through your mail, you'll have a letter off me, which I don't have to do, by the way. I've just done it, obviously, because I'm going to live here. And you'll have a letter off me saying, like, here's who we are. We're going to be doing these extensions. Here's my number. Any issues? It said it's all done on permitted development, so we don't actually need to notify you or anything. There's nothing's going to get done to your fence or anything like that. And he was just like, well, we'll see about that. And like stormed off. And he rang Nah, it wasn't that old. Owns a kitchen place actually in Liverpool. Yeah, I think like I spoke to him afterwards. I went round, spoke to him because like I think he was like he rang one of my mates to go round and check. Yeah. So he rang one of my mates and was like, "Yeah, I want you to check whether like what he's building is allowed." Yeah. And obviously, mate come out and was like, "Look, you know, he set it back 20 centimeters. It's the same materials as the house. It's the same size and this and that,
How wide can you go with it?
50 meters cubed on a detached. So it goes off the meters cubed you add to the roof space, not width. For obviously the extensions on a detached you can do 4 meters. Yeah. On a semi and terrace it's 3 meters, and you can do a 3 meter rear extension, double story. Most people don't know this. You can do a double story rear extension on permitted development as long as it's 2 meters away from the boundary, from the fence. So we've done a few of them as well.
Well, did they get HSE out as well then? So
we rang HSE. They come out and was like, you know, like blah, 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 like introduced himself and said that, you know, like we had piles of wood, piles of brick, piles of plastic, obviously recycling it all. And he turned around and said, well, you've got piles of waste materials, like, and someone could set them on fire or whatever. And I was like, well, like we're trying to recycle them, you know what I mean? That's why we've separated them. And then he treated it as a site. Yeah. And I was like, well, it's not a site, as in like, you know, a site where you have so many people. I think it's like 20 people, all of it's of a certain size. So they just classed it as a site, and I was like, well, it's not a site, it's my house. Like, I'm just obviously doing bits as and when I can. And he was like, well, I need to see this, all these documents. And I was like, to be honest, I said, I haven't got them because I didn't do them for my house, because it's my house, you know what I mean? Probably should have, well, obviously knowing now, I should have just done them anyway. And so he was like, you know, he was like, everything's fine, but like just obviously just fill these documents in and send me them over. So I did them, sent them all over, and he was like, yeah, everything's fine, like carry on. And then they sent me a bill for £850, and I was like, but like you come out and said everything was fine. He was like, yeah, but you had to have all these documents in place and you didn't have them. And I was like, so 800, and he was like, yeah, well, I've got to pay for him driving there, the time on site, and then filling out reports. And I was just like, so yeah, thanks to that neighbour at the back who's cost me 850 quid, and you're just like, are you going to speak? People are going to think you're mute.
Once you just cut the house,
yeah.
That's the top to bottom, yeah.
Just gutted it, yeah. Took the roof off, built a door. The roof was splaying, so we took that off. We done a dormer and obviously a new roof. And then I've got to go and do stuff on my
How long was you on that for?
6 months, I think. Yeah. The shorter went on and off it because I ran out of money because we were waiting on a house to sell, and the buyer's solicitors delayed it like massively, and the bridge loan ended up going over the term, cost me 10.5 grand. And that was a similar thing with planning. The buyer's solicitor was like, right, we want a lawful development certificate for this rear extension and dormer. And I was like, it's permitted development. They were like, well, how do we know it's permitted development? And I was like, well, you've had a survey on the house, a value has gone out, they've seen it and measured it, and they were like, no, we need a lawful, and this was on the day of completion, and a lawful development certificate takes 8 weeks to get. So I applied for a lawful development certificate, and like on like the 8th week, planning emailed me and said, you don't need a lawful development certificate because you've already got full plans for the entire build. So the dormer and the rear extension are actually included in your plans, your full planning. So I just sent that email to the solicitors and they're like, okay, never mind. And I was just like, you've cost me 10.5 grand, you absolute idiot. So we just had to tow the forklift out for the 100th time, and it's just because of that. So just need to make sure we get some stone in here, and there's probably too much stone there, too much sand over there. Right, so you might as well park up for now because we're going to have to get this gate on first. See if I can use the forklift to drag it. Let me give you an excuse.
Go on.
So, as I went into the forks, obviously this ground's not level.
Likely story.
And as I was trying to pick one side up, that wheel started spinning and sunk the other side. So then I couldn't straighten it up then. So I tried to pick it up to try and drive through. And yeah, just knocked them all over. Oh, that you picked up a smaller pallet. You only get 300 on that.
Smaller, are they?
Yeah. Those ones you get 400. You get an extra row. Right. Oh, I can't wait to get this bloody ground sorted. Oh, do you reckon even if I got the roller, if I gave it a proper whack with that 600 kilogram roller, whether that would like... How heavy's yours? 80 kilograms. Yeah, this one's 600 kilograms. 2 rollers. Hey, I was thinking then, you know, when we come to flattening this, I could just do that, couldn't I? Get a big something dead heavy and metal, just drag it with the forklift. Just take one of the gates off and just drag the gate along the floor, because that was proper level then when we dragged that gate. And then we got, we were going to lift this into place, however Ronnie's going to weld it while he's flat, he said. And then we need to have a look at the lock on that one, because I can paint these, you see, but I don't want to paint them until the lock's on. Yeah. I've just put some on here. There's some on the forklift there. We've got the other gate up now, so Ronnie's going to finish welding the other side of it, and then just need to get the locking mechanisms on, the roller on, and then he'll have to do something that side, and then that'll be ready to get painted then. And Labby's just finishing that pallet off. You're going to get the straps? Get that strapped and we'll get it on. I feel like this digger's gone louder. We've got to take the canopy off to get down the alleyway. Hey, will it fit? Nick? I don't even know whether they open anymore. No, they don't. Do you know what? It might be going straight back here. It'll be a disaster, this. $91. Oh, I've got a feeling this isn't going to fit. Mick! Mick! That's 95. That's 91. Oh my god. Yeah, what about the other side there? Is the other side bigger? Hey, that one doesn't need the canopy either. Yeah. Just noticed this side, he just took the canopy off. Yeah, this one's better. It's got a gate. Plus, yeah, we'll get it on. Oh, we can put the canopy back on. Oh, having one of them days, aren't we? Not this one. So we're back on the yard. I cannot wait to tidy this yard up, you know. And I keep toying with whether to advertise these bricks or not. I want to get them all strapped up on a pallet. Ronnie's welded. You can see here what he's done is he's just made a little weight to push against the metal so they can weld it the other side to the frame. And he's got the roller on the same as the other side. And he's just finishing a bit up there now. I'm going to put these fence panels on while I've got a chance. What do we do with this? You can't look at it, I don't think so.
Nice have.
Thingy that a bit. Is that why they give you different tips?
Well, different tips will be for different metals.
Yeah, so that's...
That will, but you want it... Once you set your wheel, you want to keep that off so that does not touch that.
I think it's got to touch it.
It hasn't got to touch it. You need the gap in between it.
Yeah.
That's your art.
It wasn't doing it unless it touched that.
Yeah, you touch on and off it. Like if you're welding.
That tipped it, the fuse. It does, isn't it? That's the thing with that. That doesn't have a... That's a 16 amp, but it doesn't have a fuse in it. It won't just keep tripping it, you know what I mean? Right, that's good though. For the little bit it did. Practice.
Practice.
Keep pressing the button. No. Some people have got it, some haven't done. Right, been I can't believe that. That's mad how it just literally melts it. I feel the heat off this now. And it comes with, you know, all these different tips and guides. But yeah, it's going to be good to practice with that. I don't know what internal, external means. Obviously I've just put it up to the max thing then, but I won't need that because I doubt I'm going to be cutting this size steel, but yeah, that was good. Just need to get, I mean, my first go was that nice straight one that went right through, and then all the others have just gone a bit I don't know whether that's to do with the tip. Maybe I've just melted the tip a bit, I don't know. But let's put that away and see how Ronnie's getting on up there. It's nearly done at the yard, just waiting for Ronnie to weld the last bit up, and then I've got some zinc galvanising spray. So just going to do some of the, I don't know whether I'll do the whole thing in this and then black. And then maybe I do just go over this bit as well. Just wonder how many cans I'll need to do these front and back, and then, like I say, do it in black then probably. These do rust quick. I mean, Obviously, when they got delivered, they must have been fresh out the factory, and they were literally spotless. But you can see, I mean, this bit's where the roller hit, so this bit will probably obviously work quicker than the other bits anyway. But let's at least give it a layer of protection, I think. Right, I'll go over to see in a minute how Ronnie's getting on. I'm having to hold the welder because I've gone through about 20 extension leads and I'm just trying to get the last weld at the top done. Nearly there. Right, looks good, doesn't it? Wait till I get the wood in between the...
Yeah, you're slotting it in between, you know.
So it'll be like that. Well, paint them all, then slot it in between. And then we've got another panel done of fencing. We've just got, yeah, see you tomorrow. Just got 2 more panels of fencing to do, and then it's just the gates then. And now we'll have to cut the tops off the steel. Yeah. Sam, I see you tomorrow. Right, that is a wrap for. What day is it? Monday. That's been a long Monday. This. I'm just on the way to the flats that I rent out to the assisted living. For some reason the lights have gone off in the hallway. I don't know why. But obviously they have staff there 24/7, so I need to make sure that whatever I do now, that they've got lights in the hallway for tonight, because obviously they need to be able to 24/7 be able to attend to any of the tenants. So not sure what it can be. He said that the hall lights and the outside lights have gone off, so from what I can remember, the landlord's meter does those lights, so I just don't know whether maybe one of the outside lights has got wet or something and tripped the electric, is all I can think. Because otherwise internally can't really see any issues, because they said that all of them have gone off as well, not just one. Maybe there's an issue with the breaker, I don't know. Electrics is always a bit more hard to, it's like electronics, like your washing machine stopped working and you're just like, could be absolutely anything. Oh, forgot I've done the roof rack on this, that's what I can hear. I can hear like a... Right, hopefully it's an easy fix, and I've got footy tonight, so it's 20-6 now. Fingers crossed it's an easy fix. I've just ordered some extra clamps for my roof rack. If anyone's looking to get a roof rack, there's one, Vanguard is the one I've just got. I think it was £230 on eBay, and it does an extra long sprinter. It's got four barriers, but you can buy as many as you want, because when you're fitting them on, you can, you know, there's enough space for probably eight bars on there, but you know, I only really wanted 4 my ladders. I just want to be able to get my ladders out the back of the van, because as soon as they go in, I can't walk down the middle properly, and then stuff just goes everywhere. What's happened today? Ronnie's nearly finished on the yard, he's going to do that, and then there's a couple of bits on my electric gates that he can have a look at for me as well. Hopefully it'll be finished tomorrow, and then I keep changing what I'm going to do. So the lads have managed to use the digger, but then they sent me a picture saying that the bit, I don't know if people remember, there was like a little bit, got it in my pocket, that snapped, and I'd welded it, and this bit on the digger, which controls the bucket coming back and forth. So at the minute that's snapped, so it's hard to do. So I'd welded it back on and I was a bit like, well, the weld had on a big lump around it. I thought that's probably stronger than this bit I've got, but it turns out it's not. Maybe it's just my welding with my MIG welder. Right, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and tomorrow I want to try and get the fence on the yard done, just so I was chatting to some more of the neighbours today, and it'd just be nice to have it all done and dusted and people can get used to it and hopefully see that, you know, it looks better, and then I could also paint the gates as well. And then I'm just going to wait for all the stuff to arrive from China, because I can't bother trying to do little bits here and there when I just need to wait. Oh, I've just remembered I've got to do a drone survey and give a price for a roof, and it's somewhere near my flats, I think, so let's see if I can do that now as well. Right, that's it, see you in a bit. So this light and this one, they've got like PR sensors in them, I don't know if you can see there. Yeah. And basically when I fitted these, the first call I got was that they weren't coming on, and when you walk past them, and it was because obviously in the day, so I've just put my hand over this one to get it on, because this area's got the AOV, that one will stay off, save energy until...
Well, it does come on at night.
Yeah, I was going to say, it will only come on once it's dark, yeah. So either the sensor's crap on it, or it's got a built-in energy saving.
Yeah, they've got the heating in the staff room.
Oh yeah. One of the other issues is we've got TV aerials in this flat, and as you can see we've got 8.
Well, it's only every 15 minutes or so, breaks up.
So is it working now?
Yeah.
Because there was one, the main one was a bit loose. So I've just tightened that, and that's what I was saying, check it now to see whether it works. Okay. I tell you what, my favourite thing to do is sign off and then go and do loads more work. So I've just done the lights on the flats, they were all working, so they'd actually paid some electrician to come out. The Housing Association had sent an electrician out who disconnected most of the lights and said they were all faulty, and he wanted £120 per light. And that's when obviously the Housing Association have rang me. I've just been round then and all the lights are working fine. And when I took the things off, he disconnected the lights, so no idea like what was going on there. But anyway, they're back on and obviously they're fine. So while I was there, I asked them, I said, look, is there anything I can do? Anything I can do or get to make obviously everyone's lives easier or better or whatever. So they asked for some outdoor furniture. They said, you know, when it's nice, they like to sit outside in the road on the side that I've bought and catch the sun, although the weather's changed a bit now. I said to them about obviously when Western sells that we'll have some furniture and bits that they wanted. And we done a games room. So when I handed that, or when I built the flats, the Housing Association come in, and Liverpool Council, the head of Liverpool Council Assisted Living, he come out and he was like, you know, you could do this, that. And one thing he asked us to do was a games room, a communal space for them, because there's 7 flats, so there's 7 people living there, and somewhere where they can all, you know, meet up and, you know, play darts or pool. Or so we did all that, and they just don't use it at all. So the staff were asking whether we could change it into like a, you know, a kitchen, sort of like somewhere they can go and have like a little break and stuff like that. So maybe that's something we'll look at, but obviously that's down to the Housing Association, I suppose. Right, it is 7 o'clock now, and we kick off 5 aside tonight. We kick off at 7:30, and I am 25 minutes away from goals, and I've got to go home and get ready. Why do I do this? But oh, that's probably why I'm late, because I've just done a drone survey. So there's a roof round the corner from my flats, and one of the letting management companies that we're doing the work for, Cozy Living, they asked me could I have a look at the roof for them. But it's literally right on the main road. It'd be a nightmare for scaffolding and obviously access for the back and stuff. And it's an old slate roof, so I think it's going through a sale, but they just wanted a drone survey and a price to sort of fix any of the work. So I sent the drone up. It was a bit windy, to be fair, but I'm looking at maybe I get a new drone. If anyone's got any recommendations on a drone, I have got the original drone. It's here actually. I have got the Bebop Parrot. Like, it was like the very first ever drone that come out, and I got it, and it must be, it's either 10 or 14 years ago I got it, and it still works. But I imagine that the technology's moved on a lot since that. So if anyone's got any recommendations of drones, because at the moment I'm sending that up and it's a bit, or I've calibrated it and stuff, but I just don't know whether it's maybe it's time after 10 or 14 years to update the drone. Right, that is it. I need to now ring Rachel and see if she'll get me some kit ready. So yeah, enjoy your whatever day you're watching this. I'm playing catch up on the editing as well. But yeah, right, adios.